The following is a presentation of Tomorrow's World.
Few figures loom more prominently in nightmarish visions of the future as the one called the Antichrist. The prophecies of your Bible are clear. The Antichrist is coming. In fact, there is every reason to believe that he is alive today, and the keys to his coming reign are now being put into place. He'll bring death and destruction like the world has never seen before, and he will deceive the vast majority of humanity, including Christians, into following him. Will you be among the very few to be able to recognize the Antichrist for what he is? You will if you watch for these 7 signs. Stay tuned. Greetings and welcome to Tomorrow's World. What do U.S. President Barack Obama, former President Ronald Reagan, PLO leader Yasser Arafat, and Microsoft founder Bill Gates have in common? Each of them, at one time or another, has been suspected of being the Antichrist. The Antichrist, foretold thousands of years ago in both the Old and New Testaments, is one of the most talked about figures in prophecy. The Bible predicts that he will rise, cause more death, destruction, and human suffering than any single figure in history ever has, and yet few understand who or what the Antichrist really is. Later in our program, we're going to make available one of our most powerful booklets on this topic, Who or What is the Antichrist? You'll want to keep a pen or pencil handy to write down the contact information that will show on your screen to get your free copy. But until then, we're going to discuss 7 signs that you can personally watch for now to identify the Antichrist. And it's information you're going to want to know because the prophecies of the Antichrist are real. During the lives of most of you watching this program today, the Antichrist will rise to power and will deceive the vast majority of humanity, subtly and seductively swaying them to willingly accept a false and demonic counterfeit version of Christianity. And those individuals will think that they are accepting Christianity. Life or death will be on the line at that time, a time just ahead of us. Imagine the full complement of weaponry in modern warfare, the almost limitless destructive capacity of mankind, at the beck and call of a man with no regard for the life of man, woman, or child, a man directly given over to the influence of Satan the devil. On the remainder of today's program, we're going to give you 7 signs of the Antichrist that you can look for to see through this deception. The Bible says many things about the Antichrist, but we're going to focus on 7 specific areas that you can look for, pray about, study your Bible about, so that you can recognize this individual for who and what he is. Now, the first of these signs may shock some of you because it goes against current popular wisdom. From the days of Nostradamus, the reputed French seer of the 16th century, to modern television documentaries on the subject, this first point is often gotten completely wrong. According to God's Word, the Antichrist is not a military or political leader. Rather, the Antichrist will lead a religion as the head of a great false church. This mistake arises because many confuse the Antichrist with the infamous beast of Revelation, which is a military, political, and economic powerhouse that will dominate the world in the end times. However, the Antichrist and this beast are 2 completely distinct beings. Turn to Revelation chapter 17. Here the Apostle John records a remarkable vision shown to him by Jesus Christ and the angels under his command. Then one of the 7 angels who had the 7 bowls came and talked with me, saying to me, Come, and I will show you the judgment of the great harlot who sits on many waters, with whom the kings of the earth committed fornication. And the inhabitants of the earth were made drunk with the wine of her fornication. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness. And I saw a woman sitting on a scarlet beast, which was full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. The woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet, and adorned with gold and precious stones and pearls, having in her hand a golden cup full of abominations and the filthiness of her fornication. And on her forehead a name was written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and of the abominations of the earth. Now there is much that is worth noting in this passage, but I want to focus on one particular point. The beast here with 7 heads and 10 horns is the end-time military economic juggernaut popularly called the Beast of Revelation. However, astride this beast sits a woman. Normally, a rider mounts a beast in order to control it and influence its movements. Here, it is a harlot or prostitute sitting astride the beast. Now, frequent viewers of Tomorrow's World know that we do not interpret symbols in the Bible with our own ideas, but rather we strive to let the Bible interpret itself. And women in the Bible are frequently used to picture religious systems and churches. But rather than the clean, chaste virgin that God uses to symbolize His church in passages such as 2 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 2, Revelation 19 verses 7 through 8, the church that is sitting astride and controlling the powerful beast is described as a wealthy prostitute who has engaged in fornication. Scripturally, fornication, adultery, and harlotry are often used by God to symbolize the corrupting influence of religious compromise with pagan practices and pagan worship, as in Jeremiah chapter 3 and Ezekiel chapter 16. Now note, the woman, the false church of the Antichrist, is not the same as the beast power of the end times. Rather, the woman rides the beast, manipulating it, influencing it, guiding it for her purposes. This is why the Apostle John, writing of the Antichrist in 1 John chapter 4 and verses 1 through 3, speaks of him in the context of false prophets. Because he will be the ultimate false prophet. Not a great military or political ruler, but a powerful religious figure who will control the most powerful church on earth. In turn, he and that church will guide and influence the military economic powerhouse known as the end-time beast of Revelation. We'll discuss more about the relationship between the Antichrist and the beast later in our program. But first, let me give you an opportunity to request our absolutely free booklet, Who or What is the Antichrist? This is a life or death topic, and there are vital details that we simply cannot completely explore on today's program. This booklet will reveal the incredible details of the Bible's description of the coming Antichrist and will show you the true identity of this coming false religious power. It will reveal as well the keys that most others miss, which reveal that much of the world is already under the power of the Antichrist today. You and your family need this booklet, and we'll send it to you completely free of charge and with no obligation. Simply pick up the phone and request your copy today.
To receive this program's offer absolutely free, or if you would like more information, visit our website online at tomorrowsworld.org. Once again, that's tomorrowsworld.org. Or you can write us at the address shown. With this offer, you will also receive your free subscription to Tomorrow's World magazine, full of timely articles and unique insights on today's important issues. Tomorrow's World magazine keeps you up to date with world trends, Bible prophecy, and